I've been really open about me being on GLP-1s, and I thought it was really important just to come out and say it. So I'm on a GLP-1 through Ro.co.
She's obviously in bed with Big Pharma. At the end of the day, you're the person putting the food in your mouth. One thing I really didn't like that she said, I did everything, and I just couldn't get past this number. Well, you could if you do everything.
All right, we're back for another episode of SuppBeast. As always, your host, Neal Spruce. And today we got Serena Williams announcing and endorsing that she is taking a GLP-1. We'll see what you think about it. Here we go.
Well, a lot of people have been wondering about my new fitness journey and what I've been doing, and I've been really open about me being on GLP-1s. And I thought it was really important just to come out and say it. So I'm on a GLP-1 through Ro.co. And for me, it was really just about taking away that stigma of like, is it a lazy way? Is it a shortcut? Like, why would you do that? And so for me, like after having my first kid with Olympia, and then, you know, in particular after having the second kid, I was never able to be at a healthy weight that I could be at, whether it was my joints or blood sugar levels. It was just always something that I suffered with. And a lot of women actually go through this. And I always said that I feel like, for me personally, I feel like, you know what, after I had my kids, after I got a tad bit older, like my body was actually missing something. No matter what I did, I literally was playing professional tennis. And you can even see, like, sometimes I had this really awesome documentary a few years ago, and you can see in the documentary, my coach is telling me, you have to lose weight, you have to lose weight. I'm playing professional tennis, I'm literally training 5 hours a day, and I would always work my way to one point of the scale, and it would never go below that. And so for me, eventually when GLP-1s came out, I was like, no way, no how, that's not for me, don't sign me up. But then, you know, I looked at it as a sport, you know, like as an opponent, okay? Like, I can't beat this opponent. No matter what I do, I have to try something different. Tried something different, it didn't work. And so eventually I just, you know, I saw my friends using it, I saw a lot of people on it, and I tried it, and it actually worked.
Well...
Well, for sure it works. That's no argument.
Is this her welcome to Big Pharma moment?
Yeah, it is.
What?
It is. I mean, she's obviously in bed with Big Pharma, and you know what? And there's some reasons for someone like her, as popular as her, to come out and talk about it. So if you look back at we did the podcast on GLP-1s and my opinion on it, is it a shortcut or is it necessary? And I think that's the question every person has to ask themselves. Have you done everything? The problem is we live in this world where biology, our natural biology of 4 million years of evolution, have clashed with our environment. We're wired to eat everything that's in front of us. And because you don't know when your next meal come from over 4 million years. Now you wake up in a banquet room and you're still wired to do that. So fighting off biology is always really difficult. At the end of the day, you're the person putting the food in your mouth. We get that, okay? So that a lot of people say everything's about willpower. Well, it is if you're motivated to. No question about that. If you can't find food, if I moved everybody to a desert island, if I moved Serena to a desert island, she'd have to find her food, she'd lost the weight easily. Okay, because she got to hunt for it, she got to move, you know, all of that. Your calories are obviously going to be lower than they would with all the stuff around you. But one thing I really didn't like that she said, I did everything, and I just couldn't get past this number. Well, you could if you do everything. Naturally, which is just keep lowering the calories and moving more and keep doing this and moving all around. So
you didn't do everything.
Yeah, you didn't do you gave in. And again, don't get me wrong, your biology is pushing that way. So that's the reason 70% of the population is overweight, and you know half of that's obese. So you really got issues there. There is a issue with most people. I'm not saying it's all willpower. I'll never say that. For most people, or many people, it's biology just clashing, and they don't have a reason to be shredded like I did as an athlete, or like you do. You know, we can't play, we can't make a living unless we're like that. So we overcome our biology. We overcome that because we have meaning. So that's the only thing I didn't like about that. I don't want women just jump, or people just jump into it. You know,
it was funny because she mentioned something about her. I kept doing it, but it felt like my body was missing something. It was missing.
I didn't.
Like. That's more like you're missing hormones or something like that. Because you're getting older or something. But like your body's missing something.
Yeah.
And so the GLP-1 is what it's missing to
Right. So, you know
get
what?
yourself there.
GLP-1s weren't around when everybody was skinny in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Your body was missing nothing. It's just, it's got out of control because your biology pushed it in a certain way and you just couldn't give in to the dark side. You couldn't give up. You're going to, I'm going to eat that. I don't know. It doesn't count because no one saw me eat it. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons people don't get stuck at a plateau, but it's still energy in, energy out. No one argues that. Not a scientist on the planet. Anybody that's got any kind of brain wouldn't, you know. And so that's the only thing. I just don't want everyone jumping to it first, and that's the sad part about it. The good part about it, I'm a fan. You know that. And no one works with more people trying to lose body fat than I do. I've watched it my whole life, millions of people over my 40 years in the gym business, and I create all the programs. GLP-1 is a lifesaver for a lot of people. It really is, because there's just nothing we can do. They lose it, they gain it back. They lose it or they can't lose it. They do this, and now you're really in trouble. But as long as you nutritionally take care of yourself while you're on GLP-1s, you know, supplement properly, then, you know, it's a good road for a lot of people.
Right, and I don't think either one of us has an issue with it. It might just be I don't know. This is a clear endorsement, though.
100%.
To take it. It's the thing, you know?
It's probably after that show, you probably had 3 million people calling a teledoc saying, I need GLP. And then teledoctor says, are you overweight? Okay, fine. Here, we'll send you a prescription on the way home. So I guarantee something like that happened. That's sad. So that's the downside of that.
Right.
The good side is, you know, I love it for the people that need it. And there is a list, and I put that all together on my lectures. I just lectured on GLP today, by the way, to our big giant crunch groups. You know, so I just again.
Like, was she unhealthy, overweight, or was she just not?
She was never unhealthy.
Where she wants her vanity to be, you know.
Yeah.
So
is the question: is it vanity? Is it enhancement, or is it necessity?
Yeah.
That's the first question I will always ask. I'm not saying that they're always going to. It doesn't matter. You can always kind of figure out which is which there. But good and bad, right? The bad is a lot of people are going to jump to it after seeing that they shouldn't come to it.
Yeah.
They should not do that. It's also expensive, you know, and if you go off it, you're going to gain the weight back. And if you go on it, and if you don't supplement properly and exercise, you're screwed. Yeah. Game over. You're just going to gain, because when you go off it, you gain the weight back, and it's all the fat that you lost, not the muscle you lost. And up to 40% of it's muscle when you're on GLP if you're not supplementing and strength training. So anyway, that's the bad side. The good side is there are people that absolutely need it. As long as they do the right nutrition program with them, then you know it's good.
Right.
So
it's not giving in.
That's giving in. That's giving in 100%. Yeah,
that is giving in.
Or maybe 80% that's giving in, because you never know. Maybe she would have become obese if she didn't find it after. But
you're not.
It's still the easier way.
She's not giving in, but she's giving in.
There's a lot of other people that definitely need it. And by the way, that's a problem. People like her getting it when they're not enough around for all the people that really need it. And unfortunately, the underprivileged that don't have the money, they're the ones that are the more overweight because the foods they eat, no place to move.
She's more giving in to the check that's coming in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, probably. I get it. Yeah.
That would incentivize me to maybe hop on
I guess it pushes some people. You know, I'm a little bit past that point. Never even got involved with that.
Nonetheless. Yeah. GLP-1s. We have an episode coming out on it, maybe before or after this. But you'll see where our stance is.
Yeah.
It is neither
two sides
great nor
but it could actually change the horizon, change the landscape of
all right.